Live on YouTube. What's up? All right. Let's go ahead and make sure we are live, and then we are good to go, I think. Turn on some music, set up a couple things, but let me go ahead and run Twitch ads. What's up, Jake? Just got done working out, went for a run. How you doing, man? I'm gonna do a 3-minute ad break, and then I'm assuming you're gonna get ads, and then I'll respond to you. All right, let's put on some music. Actually, let me post this in Discord. All right, we'll just chill for about 15 minutes, and then we'll jump into it. I really like that cadence. What's up, Reconcile? I hate to admit how much I hate to RTFM. What's RTFM? We haven't gotten that far. Stop spoiling! We'll get there. Patience, my friend. I actually don't know what it means, though. But we shall see. I feel like we're going to learn a lot of acronyms that we don't know. Well, that I don't know about in this course. Read the fucking manual. I've always heard that, but, like, I've never seen it abbreviated. People just say, like, read the manual, you know? I think, like, oh no, it's first 15 seconds. I'm not supposed to cuss. Okay. I'm like, on YouTube, I think you get demonetized a bit if you cuss within the first, I thought it was like 45 seconds. And I'm like, I don't know if I made it or not, but I think we're good. I think we're good. I don't know who's getting an ad or not, so I'll respond to Twitch in a second. But what's up, YouTube? How you doing? I am going to... stream is good. I'm going to... put some music on. Looks like my bitrate is a bit iffy. But I'm going to put some music on, and then we will... Dude, why am I getting so distracted? Hold on. Let me do, like, 2 things. Okay, so I can't hear this. I'm gonna get the music working. And then desktop. All right, we are good. And then I'm gonna output the sound to my streaming PC. Cool. All right. Nice. There we go. But what's up? How you guys doing? Happy Thursday. It is almost Friday. Hell yeah. I do not have chat up. I'm going to try it for 2 days, but it's always kind of blocking things, right? And even the quizzes and stuff like that, it just keeps blocking it. So, I don't know. We'll try it 2 days without the chat, but I'll be talking to YouTube and Twitch. But like usual, if you want to hear good music, come to Twitch. If you don't want to hear music at all and you want to listen to your own, go to YouTube. I'm too rushed. Every time, right before a stream, I'm way too rushed. I gotta give myself more time. I kind of feel burned out. Cannot decide what to do, what to learn, and what path I should go. It's been tough lately. Why do you think you're burned out? Read the fuck... Yep. Yeah, we got it. Read the friendly manual. I like it. What's up, Lenoid? What's up, Jessa? Happy Thursday. I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good. I got a little bit more sleep. Went for a run. I've been avoiding runs for a while. There was just something about it when I switched to my new gym, and I just didn't feel like running. I don't know. But hold on. Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to chug this because I'm not going to keep drinking this. It's so annoying to keep drinking this and then try to focus. So 2 minutes, I'm chugging this, then we'll get back to chat. I couldn't chug it because my blender didn't blend the fruit. I didn't want to choke on it. Okay, I'm done with that. That was annoying. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty damn good. I'm getting to a point where, like before, I kind of just work out to lose weight, gain a little bit of muscle, but now I'm actually trying to, hit PRs with everything, and I'm finding it really fun. I'm in a good place right now with the fitness. I got a good habit going. Hope you're feeling better today. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Definitely better today. Definitely better today. I think I was just like losing sleep. I think that's what it was. I wasn't getting enough sleep. And that is a protein drink. Yeah, it was protein, spinach, and a couple of other types of greens in there. Blueberries, and kefir. Kind of like a yogurt. Mostly because I feel like I'm going backwards. It's like I unlearned how to learn something. Also, I'm not sure if I even want to get a job in tech. Oh, the best chance would be to learn Java or C# or .NET, but working on some legacy stuff in corporate is not that great. Why do you think that's the best chance for you? There's a lot of jobs in tech too, though. Are you like... I mean, like, there's more to expand on there for sure, and I'm happy to talk through it. But why do you feel like you're going backwards? It's like I unlearn how to learn. I mean, maybe you're... It could just be you need like a week break. Like, give yourself some time off, or give yourself permission this week to not learn anything and just like build some stuff. I don't know. I think I care less about like what you're learning and what you're building. Rotate between the two. Like, with what you know so far, try to build something small. Why do you have to become like the best student every single week? I think it's more interesting to build. If you are making a nasty shake, adding a banana will overpower the taste. It's a really good shake. I like the taste of it. Spinach, like, I taste the spinach a little bit, but it's not that bad. Yeah, it's really not that bad. I put a lot of blueberries in, though. Oh, not your shake? Oh, okay. Gotcha. I like bananas, but it makes my throat itch. I think I have like a small allergy to it, but I really like bananas. I really like it. Like, I like strawberry banana flavored anything. It's so good. It's so good. All right. If we have anyone on YouTube If you would, please do like the YouTube live stream. It does help boost it in the algorithm. We have no one. Our YouTube is dead. Starting in February, we're going to be pushing out a lot of advice videos and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to it. I think I have an idea of what video I want to post for next week, though. I'll have to think about it, though. Oh, same. It's my favorite smoothie. Man, strawberry banana is so good. It's such a good flavor. Are we ready? I think we're ready. That's what's most popular here. Even JS is not the best prospect lately if you are not in front end. JS isn't the best prospect in a lot of areas if you're not front end. I think that's a misconception some people have, like, that are trying to like really get comfortable with Node. Front end, yeah, JS, 100%, of course. But like a lot of people are like, yeah, I want to get a backend position potentially, or like I'm gonna go like become a cookie cutter dev and learn some front end, learn some back end, and just apply for all the positions and basically not stand out in any special way. And like, there aren't a lot of like Node positions available for entry level devs. There are some, but not as many as people think. Thank you for all you do. I got my first dev job back in November, and a lot of it was from the advice you gave. Yo, that's awesome, Ronnie. Let's go, man. Let's go. Thanks for sharing. Congrats. What was the position? And like I said, I'm going to keep chat off for 2 days. I'm going to see how I like it, and we'll go from there starting next Monday. But tomorrow, we're probably going to talk about our zombie apocalypse responses. We're going to see if you guys are truly prepared to survive a zombie apocalypse. We will see. There were some responses where people just said they're going to die, which I was hoping they'd think through that a little bit more. But I mean, I appreciate the honesty, but I think tomorrow we're going to go over some of that stuff. All right. Let's dive in. The man command, in short for manual, is a program that displays the manual for other programs. I know that manuals and documentation can feel intimidating. Heck, that's why there are courses like this one to give you a gentler introduction. That said, manuals and documentation will become more useful to you as you become a more experienced developer. They're not as scary as they seem when you actually take the time to read them. The man command will only work for programs that it has a manual for, but most built-in commands and Unix programs are supported. You just pass the name of the command. The most intuitive place to start, of course, is reading the manual. All right, let's do it. Cool. Thank you. That's pretty cool. I actually didn't even know about that. All right, searching. Most people don't just read manual pages for fun. More often, the manual is used as a reference to quickly look up usage or special flags. You can search for text in the manual by pressing / key and typing in your search, then pressing enter. Let's try to look up what the -r flag does for the ls command. Okay, so it searches. That's cool. Reverse the order of the sort. As a systems person, the grep command will be your best friend. It has a lot of power, but it can be a little confusing to see. Open the grep manual. You'll notice that the manual is an interactive session. Page through the manual with a space bar and quit with Q. Read the first couple of paragraphs of the grep manual and answer the questions. All right. The grep utility searches any given input files selecting lines that match one or more patterns. By default, a pattern matches an input line if the regular expression RE. The pattern matches the input line without its trailing new line. An empty expression matches every line. Each input line that matches at least one of the patterns is written to the standard output. grep is used for simple patterns and basic regular expressions. egrep can handle extended regular expressions. fgrep is quicker than both grep and egrep, but can only handle fixed patterns. It does not interpret regular expressions. Patterns may consist of one or more lines, allowing any of the pattern lines to match a portion of the input. So what does a V do? Okay, let's find out. Version, right? Yep, version. Prints to version. What? Oh. The V, wait, what? Displays a version information. Oh, it's a lowercase v. Ha! You got me. Length. Selected lines are those not matching any of the specified patterns. Non-matching lines. All right. Let's go. In general, I really like Rust, but getting Rust job is not a viable thing. Yeah, it's kind of... But, you know, one thing you can do, like if you really don't like the languages that you feel forced to learn in terms of marketability, why can't you do both? Maybe split up your time to be able to learn Rust and build stuff with Rust and, you know, dive into whatever backend language you think is gonna help. I don't think splitting your attention between a lot of languages is going to be worth your time. But if working with Rust kind of ignites that fire a little bit, why not? Like you said, like you mentioned Java, C#, right? For the .NET. Those are two that it doesn't sound like you want to learn, but what if you did, you doubled down with like either Java or the C# stack, and you also learned Rust? Would that be viable for you? Would that make things more interesting? In general, I really like, not only there, almost none, most require a lot of, yeah. So would that be viable for you, Jake? Like, do you think that would kind of make you have fun with coding again? Application developer for a defense company. Oh, microservices with Java, Spring Boot, and Kafka. Okay. Yo, that's awesome, man. First of all, congrats, Ronnie. I'm sure you really grinded that out. Good for you. Good for you. All right. Which option is correct? I think this one. Nope, this one. Nope. What? Correct in terms of what? We're not matching these? Which option? Oh, it's in... Oh my god. Recursive. No, hold on. I swear. Hold up. Nope. It was reverse. We just read it. Did we not? That is correct. Hold up. ls-r was reverse list order. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. Oh, nope, don't care about that. Man grep. It is test. Let's go. Read done, read. Fuck no. We don't read here. Flags. As you've already seen in the course, some commands accept flags. Flags are options that you can pass to a command to change its behavior. For example, the ls command can take a -l to show a long listing of files. Long listing. I actually just want to see the format of that. Right, with the permissions. Okay. A to show all files, including hidden files. All right. We go into... Got git, all that stuff. Cool. And you can also combine flags. So cd done. Nice. Conventions. Whether or not a command takes flags and what those flags are is up to the developer of the command. That said, there are some common conventions. Single character flags are prefixed with a single dash. Multi-character flags are prefixed with 2 dashes. Okay. Sometimes I didn't even think about that. There are double dashes, there are single dashes. I just didn't even think of why. Sometimes the same flag can be used with a single dash or 2 dashes. Okay. You found that some files have been tampered with. To figure out which one it is, you need to know the number of bytes contained in each file. Okay. Use the word count command, WC, to count the number of bytes in... Okay. Word count. That's cool. I did not know this existed. I'm just going to guess. We'll look at manual in a second. No, let's look it up. I have no idea. The number of bytes. So we have a length of a line containing the most bytes. When more than one file argument. Number of bytes in each input file. Okay. C. Paste a number of bytes into the input field and submit your answer. So for PR ideas, which is the bytes? Does it give us a format? To the standard output. Okay, there we go. What's up, Miss Created? How you doing? Perhaps, I mean, .NET is not that bad, to be honest. I got some taste of it, and it's nice and mature, nicely designed also. My only concern is that Rust has more functional patterns, and C# is heavily object-oriented, and I'm afraid it will mix it up for me. I mean, it might make it a little bit more difficult, but let's think about the alternative. You burning out and just, not making any progress. Or you feel like you're not making any progress now. I'm not saying it's the most efficient path of learning, but isn't the bigger concern about you getting burned out? I learned DSA in Java for some time, and the only issue with Java I have, it's very verbose, but Rust is also quite verbose, and it doesn't bother me there. Gotcha. So the way Java does things bothers you. But yeah, think about that. Like, what is the alternative, right? Seems like you're heading towards burnout. Would, even if it's not the most efficient learning, would kind of building something up with Rust on the side reignite that for you? Reignite your interest in coding so you don't burn out? Because like I said before, it's like I had to get out of my full-time job and like code on the side and use different libraries and stuff that were fun to use at home. And that alleviated my work burnout. Maybe it's worth a try. And maybe just taking a week off would help. Hello? There we go. Positional arguments. Programming languages have functions, and functions take arguments. For example, this Python function takes 2 arguments, XP and level. All right. And that'd be called with 2 arguments, and a shell commands can also take arguments. For example, the cd command takes a single argument, a directory to change to. Other commands might take multiple arguments. For example, the move command takes 2 arguments, the file to move and the destination to move. Take a look inside World Bank Public. Cat the contents of the suspicious key.txt. Uh-oh. Why is it in the public directory? So we take the file and then the destination, right? To... So do we need to do like key.txt? I'm going to assume we don't. Oh, failed to fetch. I don't know what the hell that was. Okay, we did not. And it's gone. All right, cool. Oh, paste the contents. I don't know why you keep saying failed to fetch. I think Boot.dev is having some issues. Okay, so list the contents of... Wait, where are we? We're in public. Yeah, take a time off now. 1 week in already. Okay. Perhaps I pushed myself too much. Yeah, you might have, man. You might have. I think, like, so when you go past a week, you have to expect to, like, start losing some information for sure. A little bit. Especially at an early stage. But you do have to pay attention to that. I think, like, the problem I see is when people will take weeks off several times throughout their journey where they just like, it becomes just a bad habit. I don't think taking a week off is that big of a deal, especially if you need it. But you have to recognize you're probably getting burned out because you went about it the wrong way. And if you do come back, it's like you got to recognize like what did I do to burn myself out? How can I fix that next time? A lot of times, like, and this, I really want to emphasize this. A lot of times it's just because people keep going through some templated tutorial, learning some templated thing that they're being told to learn. That is so fucking boring. I can't imagine a more boring existence in my life than learning a language I don't really care about because I'm trying to get a job. How boring. I might as well quit software engineering right now. I'm not joking. And I don't think I'm being dramatic. I think that software engineering is fucking awesome. I think there are a lot of languages that are going to appeal to different people. I think there are a lot of different products, different solutions that you could build that are going to appeal to different people. You're going to solve different problems with different languages and different ecosystems. And your goal is to find the one that you want to solve, right? And you want to aim towards that. You might not, like if you really want to be a Rust developer, it doesn't mean you can't get hired as a Rust developer, as an entry-level developer, but it probably means you need to be really fucking good as a software engineer. And you can get really good as a software engineer. But it's like you just got to... Sometimes that path won't be linear, and maybe Rust is in the future for you where there's a certain language now. But man, if you are just trotting along, learning the bare... or not the bare minimum, but you're just learning the templated path that you're told to learn, it's such a common reason why people quit. It's such a common reason why people quit. They just don't care to do it. And I don't blame them. What a boring existence. Software engineering could be so much more fun, could be so much more creative. Just to force yourself through, like you're going to have to develop some grit, but like, you can get a little bit creative and your path doesn't have to be super linear to have some fun every now and again, Been out of school for weeks now. I haven't really played games. What have I come to? And here I am working on React project, doing a little bit. Yo, let's go, Anonymous. Let's go. Hell yeah. Are you having fun with the project? Do you think, too, that once you get a job doing that language you don't care for much, then you're continuing the boredom, most likely, but this time with a paycheck? You can be. You can also start to like a language when you get good with it. I think a lot of people don't really enjoy something they're not good with. And when you get really good with it, I find a lot of people start enjoying it at least a little bit more. But yeah, it's like, if you're asking in your career, can you be bored of that language once you finally get a job? Yeah, 100%. I don't know many people who realistically get into a career exclusively for the money. Not for software engineering. I think it's very rare. They're successful in that career. It doesn't mean they're not aiming for it initially, but very few people are successful with that as a main priority. But yeah, you don't think about it now because, a lot of you might be really desperate for a job, but there are software engineers that burn out because they're doing the same shit that they kind of felt forced to do. They went down the templated path. They did make it in, and they don't enjoy what they're doing. They live a miserable existence, wasting at least 8 hours a day doing shit they don't want to do. That's a waste of life. It's such a waste of life. Yeah, I really messed myself up from the start. I was jumping from one thing to the next. Okay, stuck in tutorial hell and so on. Gotcha. That's cool that you recognize that. That's important, though. That is important. Right now, I thought I finally decided on something, but it seems that doubt still lingered there. Why does what you decide, do you have to decide now? I think you can make a commitment to, dedicate some time to it, but you don't have to stick with it. I'm not saying to go into tutorial hell, though. I think you should build some stuff. You should commit to it. If you're going to learn something, make some commitments and build some shit with it, right? I don't think you're really learning much if you're just jumping from tutorial to tutorial. So if we're going to rephrase that definition of learning by building a bunch of stuff in that ecosystem, then I think that might be worth that little rabbit hole you go down. By convention, most production-ready CLI tools have a help option that prints information about how to use the tool. It's usually accessed with one of the following: -help, or help. The help output is often easier to parse than a full man page. Very true. It's usually more of a quick start guide than a full manual. You need to make some network requests as part of an audit. You want to make sure that this machine you're auditing only has access to authorized systems. To make those requests, you'll need to know how to use a curl command. It's a CLI tool that lets you make a network request from the command line. Print out the help menu for curl. Paste the command you use to print the Menu, not the menu itself, enter the input field and submit your answer. Yeah, the React project is interesting, although I'm not sure what is the next step. So it's a lot of looking at docs for Material UI. I have yet to write the backend. Why are you using React? Are you, like, if you're aiming for front end, get the hell out of Material UI. You should be writing custom CSS. Get out of that. And if you're not aiming for front end, you shouldn't be learning React. Honestly, I think I have faulty assumptions about a lot of things, and that's keeping me back, especially about career stuff. Oh, I gotcha. Well, if you ever have any questions about the career stuff, of course, feel free to ask. I think a lot of people have faulty assumptions about it. All right. We're good. Exit codes. Exit codes, sometimes called return codes or status codes, are how programs communicate back whether they ran successfully or not. 0 is the exit code for success. Really? Okay, that's not going to be confusing. Any other exit code is an error 9 times out of 10. If a non-zero exit code is returned, meaning an error, it will be a 1, which is the catch-all error code. Programs that call other programs use error codes to figure out if execution was successful. For example, the Boot.dev server program exits with a non-zero exit code. We have another program that will automatically restart it and log the error. In a shell, you can access the exit code of the last program you ran with a question mark variable. For example, if you run a program that exits with a non-zero exit code, you can see what it was with the echo command. Let me read that again. In a shell, you can access the exit code of the last program you ran with the question mark variable $question mark. Okay. Gotcha. If you run a program that exits with a non-zero exit code, you can see what it was with the echo. Okay, so if we do ls, cool, and then we do echo $question mark, we get a 0. 0 meaning, it's so weird to see 0 as success. Immediately, like right there, I'm like, 0 is falsy, because I'm in JavaScript land. It's still in my head, you know? Okay. Last program ran is $question mark. I don't know if I'll remember that, but it's good to know that that is a thing. Commands will usually exit with error codes if they've been run without the proper arguments or configuration. For example, private bin warn sh script will exit with a non-zero code if you don't have a required environment variable set. Run warn. We are in public. Let's get out of public. Oh. Okay. Private bin warn. So we have no environment variable set. We do get this output, which is not 0, so we assume there's an error. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Oh, well, okay. It's saying if there's no output, we automatically get the exit code. But there is an exit code even if we get the output. We just don't see it if there is an output. That's what I'm assuming. $69. Nice. Nice, Lane. All right. Dude, why can't front end be this chill? Why does front end have to be so uptight? Like, this is the kind of stuff that I want to see in a lot of front end courses. Thanks, man. I really appreciate your advice, and I feel a little encouraged already. Yeah, no problem. Also, I really need to find out, think if I want to do web dev. Is there some other things that are interest me? Systems and embedded are primary examples here, but it's much harder to get there as a junior. For Java, Java has a lot of entry-level positions, does it not? That's what I'm thinking. Like you mentioned Java as something marketable in your area. Um, Getting good with Java is a thing for entry-level devs. What's up? You mostly suggested learning React if you're going to front end. My question is, if you don't like React, I like the workflow of it, sometimes with Redux, but I feel like just doing custom CSS props and setting them using JS feels better. I mean, dude, I gotta return to the React world at some point. What is it called? Oh
Hi.
shit, that's good.
Hope you've been doing well. Long time no see.
What's up, Young Jay? Coming back with a 5-month sub. Yo, thanks so much. I appreciate the support. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm a tiny bit sick. I'm kind of okay. But I'm starting to get more sleep. And by the way, like our goal this month was like 10 subs. We're at like 18 subs right now. That's freaking awesome. Like, look at this. Like, this is crazy. Like, my list dramatically grew across YouTube and Twitch. That's freaking awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you for that. But yeah, I've been doing well. How have you been? What is it called? Oh my god, I don't even remember. JSN CS or styled components. That's what I'm thinking of. So, are you talking about like you want to use styled components? Because that's a thing. Especially that I'm starting out or starting CS degree soon, and I have an opportunity to get into industrial programming there with some potential to get job after graduation. Okay. Java for web dev mostly, but for embedded more. Oh, okay. C, C++, Rust. Gotcha. You know what I would do, Jake? Here's what you do. Like, this is where you can gain a little bit more confidence. On LinkedIn, reach out to some of the employees and say, hey, you know, kind of just fresh dev here or whatever. Can you like give me an idea? Like, are you guys or have you guys hired any like entry level devs working with Rust lately? Like, just reach out to people on LinkedIn and just say, hey, you know, I'm kind of just trying to figure out like what I should double down on. I really like Rust. Not so much this, but I'm kind of just trying to figure out like what companies are really hiring for at the entry level, and just like reach out to people in that company and reach out to several people in different companies and get a feel for that, right? Because you're kind of just playing a guessing game, essentially, of like who they're hiring. And I wouldn't necessarily reach out to the CTO or anyone like that. Reach out to actual software engineers. They're going to get less DMs than the CTO or any kind of like anyone that has hiring capabilities, because a lot of leaders in the industry just get spammed and they don't even check their LinkedIn anymore for the most part. This is ridiculous. So that's what I would do to get a little bit more information, because you're kind of just playing a guessing game. Yeah, I wish there was a Boot.dev for front end, but when I was searching on how to build a form, there was so much to it that I didn't realize, because most people just don't care about accessibility and just want to get stuff done. Gotcha. Lenoid, yo, I'm telling you, Scrub is all about that accessibility. It's huge. It's all about that accessibility. Doing well. Cool to see you doing terminal stuff. I know. We are doing some terminal stuff. It's fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I don't think I'm going to remember all the commands, but using it over and over and forcing myself to use it after the course, I think will be helpful. Not having to run a GUI can save a lot of resources, money, and deployments. Let's go. All right. Uh... All right, there we go. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. TechCast, thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? All right, so we are done with this. Let's move on. I think I need to add some more songs to my playlist, though. If you guys have any recommendations that kind of like fit into the vibe of it, feel free to let me know. You can always post it in memes as well in the Discord. Do you have a preferred Linux distro? Nope. You guys see the new Steam one, though? Isn't there a Steam one? So I use CentOS for when I had like offered shared hosting for web hosting. And then I switched to Cloud Linux because it was easier to limit resources for shared accounts. And that's really the most I've dove into it, to be honest. It is Linux. It does say Linux for the course, but it's more of just kind of like a Unix-based command prompt. I kind of like the Redux workflow, but maybe I haven't used it to its full potential. I just use it like hit endpoints. Hit endpoints. Maybe I will also start documenting my journey. I really would love to get something mind startup, so maybe some presence will not be that bad. You can make connections, right? It's just about like being vulnerable enough to share your story, the good and the bad, and a lot of people want to connect with that. A lot of people just connect with vulnerability in general, right? Not you coming off as kind of like, and I think, I'm not saying you, but like just in general, I think sometimes people think they have to be an authority when they start writing a blog post about their journey and stuff like that. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're a new developer. You don't have to do that. You could share like, fuck Redux. Maybe you can word it a little bit differently, but like, you know, the topic of the blog post is fuck Redux. This is overly complicated. I don't want to use it. Context fits my solution for like 99% of the apps I want to build. Fuck Redux. I don't like Redux. What do I have to learn it? Now, of course, I'm being hyperbolic, but like you could talk about like how Redux is just overcomplicated. You got lost in it. That's okay. But sharing your journey is something people can connect with. What's up, Dylan? Stopping by real quick. Got to study for the final interview for a job. Yo, let's go. Final interview. What's the job, Dylan? And when is your interview? Maybe Exec Empire? Let me see. It's got to be like most likely non-lyrics. Let's see. Wait, Quinn is coming back to WoW. That's funny. All right. Not bad. I think the bass goes a little bit too hard for me, but like, yeah, that's kind of in the ballpark of what I'm thinking of. It's for a software developer 1 position. It's Angular and .NET stack. Okay. I'm not sure when the final interview is, but I just got done interviewing with the managers and now I have a technical. Oh, okay. So you did... Wait, you only have 2 interviews? You don't have an interview after the technical? Are you sure? Okay, so then you do... Okay, so it's not a final. Gotcha. Okay, got it. I thought you were talking about, like, you went through the technical already, and now, like, you passed it. They're liking your technical ability, and... Okay. So, Dylan, Okay, so am I misunderstanding? It doesn't sound like the final interview. So you're going to do the technical assessment, then you're going to have follow-up interviews, right? With CEO, and my friend said if I get that one, it's a guaranteed. Yeah, it's most likely. Yeah, if you have a conversation with the CEO, you're most likely in. You got to really fuck that up. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, I just want to know, because if it was like the final interview, that's way different than what you're talking about. So you'll have to keep us up to date then with how it's going. Like how the or how actually are you going to know for the assessment if how you did that day, or do you got to wait? Hi, Dunn. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you as well, Frozen. How you doing, man? How's it going? I got a question. Is the non-chat weird? Like, would you guys rather have the chat or non-chat? Because the only trick, like, I just got to do this a bit. I don't think, like, what I paste in here matters that much, you know? What do you guys prefer? Chat, like, over my avatar? So we do, like, chat messages or non-chat? I don't know. I've done it out of order. I already did the interview with the manager and the recruiter on benefits and stuff. I think I'll know pretty soon. I don't think that's out of order, Dylan. I think that's actually pretty typical. I think that's pretty. So sometimes you'll talk to the manager first. Sometimes you'll talk to the manager after. But I would say that's common enough where it's like that could still be in order. Yeah, sometimes they'll kind of switch up the order on you, but I would say it's like common enough. And that's pretty cool that you get to talk to the manager first, which is, you know, the manager is dedicating their time and committing their time to you initially, which means they probably respect your time, which is pretty cool. Chat messages are always nice. Okay. Chat. Okay, you like chat? It's cool to see the comments from people from YouTube. I think chat being up does help due to the duo stream on YouTube and Twitch. Okay. Was a bit confused who you were talking to for a sec, and I assumed YouTube. Chat kind of feels weird. Okay, you guys all want chat. All right. All right, that's cool. Let me switch it up. Bring chat messages up for everything. There we go. We can do chat. I think it makes sense. And like, because it doesn't matter what I copy and paste here, and then we get rid of this once we get back into the code again, so. It's nicer to have it since it also shows, yeah, I get it. I totally get it. My friend had the technical interview first and then the manager interviews. I think it was just issues with, with the scheduling. That makes sense. Had a pretty good recommendation for my friend. That's cool. That's awesome, Dylan. You have to let us know how the assessment goes. Standard output. You might not even know it yet, but you're already a pro at using standard output. You've been using it since you started the first exercise in this course. Standard output, usually called standard out or std out, is the default place where programs print their output. It's just a stream of data that prints to the terminal, but we'll talk later about how it can be redirected to other places. All programming languages have a simple way to print to standard out. Python is the print function. In a shell, it's the echo. Simon, use the grep command to print out all the lines in the World Bank private transactions file that contains the word Marshall. And I forgot to post a pinned comment, but of course, if you guys have web dev career questions, feel free to ask in chat. I know the regulars know. I just like to remind anyone new coming into here. All right, so Marshall. No such file or directory. we're gonna do grep help. Hello? No? We're not gonna do it. I'm just kidding. Pattern. Do we do -E? Do we do it in quotes? Oh, wait, what am I doing? Private E Marshall. Or actually, I think the text... Oh, no. There we go. Okay, cool. Copy the output. No. Oh, no such file or directory? So it's the characters first with the... What is that? File last, I think. Okay. So Marshall. And then private. Transactions. 2020. There we go. Huh, interesting. All right. Let's go. I'll definitely let you know. It's why I haven't been in stream much, been focusing on the interview. Gotcha. Yeah, no worries. I really do hope you get it, Dylan. I hope it goes well. Howdy, sir. Just found your stream. How you find a Boot.dev? What's up, TechCast? I'm loving it, man. I like Boot.dev. So far, so good. We're just in the beginning. We are early on, but I am liking it. I like the command line stuff too. I feel like I've been such a newbie with the command line stuff, and I feel like I've always been a little bit afraid of like diving deeper into it. Like, where do I even start? And is it worth it? But I find it a lot of fun. And I'm going to have to practice quite a bit to get more comfortable with it. But again, I'm liking it. Are you starting from scratch or just trying to expand your knowledge? What do you mean? Starting from scratch? Oh, well, oh, wait, never mind. You're not a current follower. I'm a YouTube channel. I have a video about quitting front end. But essentially I was a professional front-end developer for a few years and then created my own business to help a bunch of people. And then now I'm kind of diving deep into the back end. So both, kind of. It feels like I'm starting from scratch. I'm not really starting from scratch, but it's new territory for sure. It's a big chapter, isn't it? Here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to run a few ads while I make some green tea. I'm going to get some almonds in me because I only have my shake, so I can go a little bit longer. But I'd like to... I don't know if I'll finish this today. We'll continue from tomorrow. Let me see. How big is the packages? I don't think we have to force this. Yeah, I don't think we have to force this. We'll see if we get to the end or not. So I'm not feeling 100%. I'm still like stuffy and I still... I don't know. We'll see how far we get. But I'm going to go ahead, make some green tea, get some almonds, some food in me, and then I will be back.
at my horse. My horse is amazing.
Yo, we are back. What's up? I forgot. I had green tea already. I'm gonna have some decaf coffee. Oh, nice BRB screen. Thanks. Yeah, I built that myself with Canva. It's about the extent of my design skills. But also, like, you know, it's hard for me to remember to do the Patreon and like YouTube member things and everything. But I basically will take a break in almost every single live stream. Jake Yoru, jumping on the sub train. Yo, thanks so much for the sub, man. First month. Let's go. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Damn, 2 subs this stream. That's pretty cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but the BRB screen I put up at least once per stream, and now it has all the Patreon stuff, so it's pretty cool. I like it. Keeps me from forgetting. But yeah, thanks again, man. I appreciate that, Jake. All right, so what are we going? No, we're not going into this. We are going into standard air. Damn, 19 subs, 1 sub away from 20. That's crazy. I appreciate your streams and all the help, so it's only natural to give something back. Well, I appreciate that. I know not everyone can give back, but, you know, I do appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Standard error. Usually called standard error is a data stream, just like standard output, but it's intended to be used for error messages. It's a separate stream so that you can redirect it to a different place if need be. But by default, it prints to your terminal just like standard out. You can redirect standard out and standard error to different places using the caret, not caret, greater than and 2 greater than operators. Okay. So the greater than redirects standard output and 2 caret redirects standard error. Okay, so you can redirect both for the same thing. So redirect standard out to a file. That's interesting. echo hello world to hello text. And it creates the file. Huh. That's interesting. See, I didn't know you could do any of this stuff. And then redirect standard error to a file. So cat does not exist.txt to error.txt. Cool. Then cat error.txt. Cool. All right. Assignment. There is a process transactions sh script in world private. Okay. It accepts a path to a transcript or transactions CV files a positional argument or CLI argument. It prints modern transactions after the year 2000 to standard output and old transactions before the year 2000 to standard error. Run the script and pass it the path to 2020 CSV file in World Bank private transactions directory. Be sure to redirect standard error to a temporary file called temp World Bank log. If you're missing 2020 CSV, you made a mistake in a previous step. Ensure the files and transactions match the files and transactions backups. If not, make a copy. Alternatively, manually copy the file contents from GitHub. So cat temp world bank log to see the old transactions, paste those transactions into the text field and submit your answer. All right, so we are in world bank. Private transactions. But I probably, like, unless I want to specify the directory again, I probably should go to that. Private, make it easier. Be sure to, okay, so we are loading 2020, 2020 CSV. It's not auto-completing. That's not concerning. All right, so 2020 CSV, we are going to output the standard output to if I do like root temporary, is that in, are we talking about our system files or there's no temp directory? Be sure to redirect to a temporary file called so it's going to be temp, which gets cleared when we restart, I think. Okay. Where are we doing the standard output? As a positional argument. We're running the wrong script. I'm way off with this. Okay. So we are going to run process. Nope. It's not auto-completing. Why? Is this... Maybe it's because of iTerm. We're using the same... What would you call it? Shell or... I don't know. We're using the same thing we've been doing that had autocomplete. Why is this not autocompleting? But anyways, we could do 2020 in world. See, it's We are in bin. So we got to go out. Out. Nope. Just one private transactions. 2020.csv. So we're only redirecting the error to temp world bunk. So we're going to have to create it. .log. Are we outputting the actual output anywhere in a file? I don't think so. Sure, the files in transactions match the files in transactions backups. No, we got it. We got the file, and then we're gonna cat temp. Okay. So we cat temp world bonk log command not found process transactions. Something tells me this is not the error we were expecting now. Where are we? We're in bin. We ls. We see this here, but this doesn't autocomplete. Like, what? How do we run this? Huh. We have to type that in? Because it's not a program. For some reason, I thought we could just... Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, so that's deleted. I want to be able to move through my... Why don't those hotkeys work? Probably need a different... I wonder if like the default Mac one will let me move a little bit more quickly through what I'm typing out here. Okay, so we have SH. We have the path. Transactions. 2020.csv. And we output the error to TMP world. We're creating it. Crazy. All right. And then cat TMP world bonk log. We see the old transactions. We copy and paste these. Let's go. What's the bubble popping sound? Sounds like a battle.net chat alert. What am I pressing for that bubble? I don't know. I'll have to pay attention to it. I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what I pressed. Good question. Standard in. If there's a standard output, there must be a standard input, right? Standard input, usually called standard in, is the default place where programs read their input. It's just a stream of data that programs can read from as they run. All major programming languages provide a simple way to read from standard input. In Python, it's the input function. Okay. Run the world bonk private. Okay, let's do that. Let's get... Oh, no, we're in here. So, again, this isn't going to autocomplete world bonk sh. Notice that it makes use of a standard in. All right, let's go. Take a closer look at the code. Read. There's no input. That's for Python, so it's read for shell. Okay. Cool. Read. We'll have to remember that. By the way, if you want a nice autocomplete in terminal, you can use Oh My ZSH, and there's a plugin for that. Really? I do want that. Well, I don't need the auto... Actually, no. We have autocomplete. What I want is... I want to be able to, like... Oh, wait. I can do that. What the... It was not doing this. Dude, stop making me look like a liar. Never mind. We're good. I swear it wasn't doing that before. I swear it wasn't allowing me to navigate like this. All right, I'm going to grab some coffee. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Also has a plugin for syntax highlighting, so that's something you can, if that's something you like. I don't really care. I'll keep it in mind, though. I'll keep in mind just that there are tools like that for sure. As a front-end developer, do you have to work on the back end as well in your job? Extremely rarely. Got another fan. What's up, Cowdow? Got another fan of Oh My ZSH. Nice. But yeah, a lot of people they'll see like full stack positions, which aren't really targeting entry-level developers as front-end positions. And it's just a misconception. But no, like the front-end positions, like if it's not a full stack, no, you're not working on backend. If you're working on backend, it's full stack. Doesn't mean you won't ever touch backend while you're on the job as a front-end developer there. But if your idea is like, should I learn backend to get a front-end position? Absolutely not. Learn it if you have some extra time, you want to get a little bit more comfortable with it. You know, there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit more comfortable with backend just to see what it's about and see what the backend's purpose is. But yeah, very rarely for a front-end position will you work on backend. Oh, no. I've heard about those NeoVim people. Are we going to be converting to NeoVim at some point? Is that like a milestone for backend? Piping. One of the most beautiful things about the shell is that you can pipe the output of one program into the input of another program with this one simple concept. I'm going to be honest. I think I'm out of steam today. Let's go full cam. Let's chat for a little bit. You guys have web dev career questions? Feel free to ask in chat. Let's just chat for like 5 or 10 minutes. I am getting better sleep, but it's still not quite there. This is towards the end of the day too. Try to I have Oh My ZSH for the color. Okay. Try to use NeoVim. It's hard at first, but it's really nice, but I still prefer Zed. Okay. I hate when influencers overhype stuff too, but NeoVim is unironically good. Maybe that's why it's hyped. Even though it's a meme. It is kind of a meme. I think it's a funny meme. I do. Let me bring you guys over here. I just never really cared about that kind of stuff as a front-end developer. I think a lot of front-end developers don't care that much. I do think it's more of a back-end thing for sure. And it's really just a culture with front-end. Front-end really, I don't know, you can dig in it. Like the tools that you're digging into as a front-end developer are very different than back-end. It's like a lot of back-end, I don't know, it almost feels like a lot of back-end developers dig more into creating a better developer experience through their environment, while front-end developers focus on creating a better, like their tools are abstractions, JavaScript abstractions, CSS abstractions. Not really focused on their environment setup. That's what it feels like to me. Maybe I'll start caring about different stuff as I dive into the backend. I wonder if Boot.dev starts focusing on stuff like that. If it has any recommendations for editors and different types of shells, or what would you call it? Like shells, right? Like, what would you call a different type of command prompt? Would that be a shell? I gotta get my terminology correct. But like, oh my ZSH is like iTerm, right? So I downloaded iTerm a long time ago. Oh, wait, I'm using Terminal? I don't have iTerm here? Oh. I used iTerm a while ago because of the tab separation. A terminal emulator? It's an extension. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh. iTerm is an emulator. Okay. Gotcha. I appreciate you guys correcting me on the terminology so I can get this right. I understand that tech is always changing and I have to learn new things. My question is, how often do I have to learn things about JavaScript or frameworks as an aspiring web developer? How often? Like, are you talking about like if you're on the job, Zubrook? Or Zubuk? Is your concern like how often do I have to spend learning new things when I'm already in the industry? Or are you talking about like when you're first trying to become a developer? Because if you're yes to what? I think you probably replied to one of my responses, but then the second response came in. You already typed that. So yes to what exactly? Let's see. I've been pissing people off on LinkedIn again. What's up, Low Key? How you doing? What's up, Livestream? I don't know if I said what's up to you, but what's up, man? How you guys doing? If you guys have web dev career questions, feel free to ask. Why are you shit posting on LinkedIn? Hold on, your message got held. John Reed 10X, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome. Why am I shit posting on LinkedIn? Because people are too uptight on LinkedIn. I like to trigger them. I lost like 15 followers with my last night post. Let me see if I the thing is, like, I'll lose like I'm purposefully like flushing out some of the unhinged extremes. There's a purpose to this. I don't want extremists as followers. I just don't. I like triggering them, and then they leave and they never come back, and it's wonderful, and then we have good conversations. But yeah, then the followers build right back up. It's funny. Like, I'll lose like a segment if I like really trigger a lot of people, and then like more people will follow, and I end up getting more followers within like a week of people seeing the post. I love it. Because it deserves it. Dude, LinkedIn is so cringe. Okay. I understand why Joshua Fluke kind of like lost his shit and started shitting on a bunch of companies. Like, I get it. I do think he went too far with it, but I do get it. I understand why he just made up some random ass profile and said fuck LinkedIn and just started like completely shit posting. I actually do get it. Because LinkedIn is one of the cringiest platforms that you shouldn't avoid as a developer. Like, it's such an important platform, but I think like if we're going to be forced to use it for our careers, and I use it for content, LinkedIn's really powerful for growing my audience. If I'm going to be forced to use it, if you're going to be forced to use it, we got to shitpost a little bit. We got to shitpost a little bit. We got to make it a little bit better. Twitter, less shitposting needs to happen. LinkedIn, more. I want like more people. I just want some of the people on Twitter that are funny with their shit posting to just start posting on LinkedIn like maybe once a week. Like maybe 1 out of 5 of your posts you post on LinkedIn. That's what I want. I'm sorry if my question was vague. English is not my native language. once I'm in the industry, how often do I have to learn new things? I want to have a good work-life balance. I mean, like, it's not like every day you got to learn something new, right? But like, you should still have a curiosity outside of what you're doing, because you're probably going to be locked on to a certain ecosystem, certain frameworks, certain conventions, way of doing things, and you want to expand out of that once in a while. But like, maybe one week you have a little extra time and you kind of build something for 2 hours, right? And then you try out a new framework. You just build something with it, and maybe you expand on it every once in a while. But maybe one week you're just like, I'm busy with family, I'm busy enjoying life, whatever, and like, I don't have some extra time. So it's not like you have to do it every single week, but like, you should keep curious, because it's very easy to get deadlocked into not really keeping things marketable because you're not keeping up with stuff. Like front end, especially, there's probably more you have to keep up with. With backend, backend's conventions and the ecosystem it doesn't change as often as the JavaScript ecosystem does, which is why a lot of people are frustrated with the JavaScript ecosystem. So it's like, how often? I can't really give you an exact number, but it's not like, every week you got to be looking up something new. But you're going to have to spend a little bit more time keeping up with that. Isn't it majority of them using AI to write their bio? LinkedIn? I don't think so. I see way too many shitty bios for that. And people are using AI for a lot of their bios. It would at least look somewhat coherent or useful. Nice. I just worry it might turn recruiters the other way. Everyone is so fake on it. Yeah. Okay, let me be very clear. You guys should not shitpost. If you are looking for a job, do not shitpost. Not at all. Like, not even a little bit. I'm telling you, don't do it. It's a mistake. People like me should do it. Content creators that don't give a shit, right? We have our own thing going on or whatever. Like, if you are aiming for a job, do not shitpost. I want to stress that. Please do not shitpost. It's not going to look good for you. Expect that company to look into you and your social media. Now, if you have a troll account or something like that, then that can't be identified to you, whatever. It's really cool for building an audience. LinkedIn is really powerful for that. Very powerful. I'd have thought about the gatekeeping thing and how people get mad. I had an experience as a teen wanting to be a fighter pilot. The Air Force and everyone involved tells you can't do it and the odds are against you, essentially gatekeeping. But they're doing that to weed out the people who don't want it enough. They want the ones that get it done no matter what anyone says. Yes, 100%. No matter who gatekeeps actually, or no one who gatekeeps actually has a power to literally gatekeep. Yep. Yeah. That's why it's a stupid term most of the time. A lot of the gatekeepers have been eliminated. Before it was CS degrees, right? It was institutions that would accept you based off of kind of an assessment. There is no gatekeeper for software engineering positions. Now, there are going to be like exceptions to that rule, of course. And some companies, you're going to have some managers who are just like, they prefer a certain type of person. And sometimes you get like racial and gender biases and stuff like that. But it's always an exception, not the rule. And a lot of people who are looking out for you, who just see people failing because they're not pushing far enough. Like, a lot of people are just saying, listen, like, this is the expectation. If you don't want to meet it, quit. I don't think that's gatekeeping. It's literally giving you the most honest thing that you can get out of people while others keep telling you how incredibly easy and soft the path is. And, if, anyone's welcome and everyone should learn to code. Like, those are people who are completely full of shit. The people who are sometimes labeled as gatekeepers, who just say, listen, the standards are way higher than you've been told. Like, if you don't want this, or like, if you're not ready to spend years like trying to get this, like, good luck. You're probably going to give up and quit. You're not going to get it. Choose another job. Like, that's about the most honest answer you're going to get. And if that one voice convinces you that you shouldn't learn to code, then they were right. It's that simple. If a content creator tells you that the expectations are way higher than you thought, and if you don't like that, give up, if that convinces you to quit, I promise you, you were never going to become a developer. You like not even you weren't even in you weren't even like, if we have like a people racing, like 500 people, you are like the last 50 people in that race. If you let a content creator that expresses that transparency and honesty push you out of try to get that dev job, you are like last in the race. You had no chance. And now you can shift that mindset to be able to give it another second successful run. But with that current mindset, you are not going to make it in. And that's not gatekeeping. That's the most honest advice you're going to get from people. I've always just ignored the corporate cringe and did my own thing on LinkedIn. I don't really see a need to be an a-hole about it. Can you... Not saying you are, but I just don't really want to get on a LinkedIn argument, personally. Well, so what do you think shitposting is? I don't think you have to be an asshole to shitpost. So you're just saying in general, your definition of shitposting is being an asshole. Is that your definition, Cadell? LinkedIn has this enhanced feature to improve the profile with AI. Oh, really? Oh. From Wired magazine, over half the posts are AI. Really? Oh, the posts? Oh, the posts are a little bit different if we're talking about like profile information. Oh, LinkedIn came out with this AI. Dude, that fucking sucks. That sucks. That's cringe. Yeah, I probably heard the word shitpost out of context, though. My bad. Okay. So shitposting is trolling. I don't think you're an asshole if you troll a bit. Like if you post a meme about JavaScript, that's shitposting. I don't think that's being an asshole. I think you can be an asshole, and I would even argue, like, in some of my posts, I will purposefully be an asshole to flush out some like extremist followers. But I don't think that's like shitposting. I think that's just like a different type of shitposting. For me, it's to flush out followers and kind of like call out a lot of the cringe, because I think long term, over the next few years, as I grow, I kind of want to have some sort of influence and shape the software engineering industry on LinkedIn, because I think it's disgusting, and I think it's very intolerant, and it's like it's a cult, and I want to challenge that, and I want to support people who also challenge that. So for me, it's more of kind of like a cultural mission with LinkedIn, and kind of just like challenging the people who I think are extremely uptight and creating this bubble on LinkedIn that puts everyone off. This very fake impression that they give on like what's going on in their life, and trying to spin everything into this like virtuous lesson that does no good for anyone. It's just like, it feels very manipulative and fake. For me, it's about challenging that. Yep, look at my horse. My horse is amazing. What's up, Hakameto? I'm doing awesome. How you doing, man? Then they should have some accountability for the garbage that was spewed during 2022. Get a job in 6 months. Whatever. I'm not going to make it my job to go after content creators like that. There were so many. It's like, I just have a strong disagreement. Like, if I want to be careful about main character syndrome, right? I will call out bad advice because I think it's screwing up developers, but I've had people come to my comments and stuff, like other content creators, telling me how I'm not allowed to say something, or how like I shouldn't say it, or I shouldn't give this message, right? They're like coming to my streams, coming to my comments, not disagreeing, but basically telling me I'm not allowed to say what I have to say. And like, that doesn't convince me. That just makes me want to say it more. It just makes me want to say, fuck you. Let's do 3 more posts like this, 3 more videos like this. Go fuck yourself, right? So I don't think like me trying to be a main character about telling other content creators what they're allowed to say is going to be effective at all. So for me, I just call out bad advice for what it is. I don't care who says it. If it's bad advice, it's just bad advice. That's how I see that. trolling is what makes the internet fun. It does make the internet fun. I think we can all agree that sometimes people go too far with it. But listen, if your content creator, your favorite content creator goes to, or a content creator that you follow goes too far, just unfollow them. It's not a big deal. It's not like, as some people feel the need, like, oh, I'm leaving this community. I can't believe the content creator said this. I've subbed to them for like a year straight. I followed them for many years. I cannot believe they would do this. And like, you just have main character syndrome, dude. Just unfollow and leave. I think sometimes people get too attached to content creators and they put them on pedestals, and it's weird. It's weird. Just unfollow. It's the internet. You don't have to, you're not going into the office working with them. You don't have to talk to them. You know what you can do? Instead of announcing your departure like you're a pilot, you could just unfollow. It's not that hard. And it's crazy that so many people like have to make their voice known. If only this content creator knew how mad I was. It's like, dude, that content creator doesn't give a shit. Like, your comment literally is boosting their shit in the algorithm. You want to punish them for what they say. Don't engage with it. That is literally the best thing that you can do to be effective with your goal at not promoting messages like that. Don't engage with it. But for some reason, people have main character syndrome and they can't control their emotions. And I gotta let them know. I gotta let her know. It's like, dude, I don't think you know what you're doing. I don't think you realize the effect that you're having. It's like Tech Lead, man. He like triggered so many people. And I thought it was funny. People took Tech Lead way too seriously. I'm not saying he's a good person, but damn, is he really fucking good at triggering people. And he'll get tons of comments and he'll get tons of traction. And the craziest thing is he triggers content creators. Like, content creators should know better, but there are huge content creators that have talked about this and they are so triggered by Tech Lead, just giving him more traction. The only AI I'm even remotely excited about is DeepSeek. Okay. It's funny that the open source free model is making GPT-01 look stupid. Oh, the Chinese one? The one China developed? I heard about that. I'll have to look into it. That's interesting. Oops, I thought you meant shitposting is going after people. Oh, gotcha. I agree with you, Kadao. Okay, glad we could clarify. Yeah, sometimes people have like different definitions in their mind. For me, shitposting is trolling. And sometimes you will comment on one of their posts or like repost it with your own meme and kind of like give them a little bit of shit for their take or something like that. But no, it's not like targeting. Not targeting. I don't like creating videos about creators. Careerism is out of control. Okay, so that's the definition you'd give it. Man, I'm so clogged up. It's hard to talk. Feels like it is a professional social media, but it's not. It's like, yeah, it's professional. It's just fake. It's not professionalism. It's just people wanting to reinforce status quo. I think it's also professionalism. I think there's an argument to be made that it's more professionalism, more professional culture. Because like when you get rid of a lot of the cringe virtue signaling and grandstanding on LinkedIn, you do have a lot of really good advice from professionals that is going to look very different than if they were on Twitter. Their Twitter posts are way different. So it does have this professional culture, but it also has this cringe, fake presentation from some other bad actors. That's how I see LinkedIn. And it's why I think LinkedIn is still a really good platform if you filter a lot of the cringe out. I'm not a programmer, but I noticed from devs, programmers, lots of actual proactive and create facts, true, factual facts. We're not going to agree on 100% everything, and it's okay. 100%. Yep. Okay. I know what you guys are responding to. I'm a little bit slow with chat. Yeah, Tech Lead is a really good rage baiter. Really good. I think where Tech Lead turned me off was doing the copyright strikes. Right? He would threaten with that, I think. And anytime you do that, it's such the copyright system is so broken on YouTube. Anytime you start doing that to content creators, like, you're just, I don't know. I'm not going to go off on that. But that just put a bad taste in my mouth. But he's really good at shitposting. He's really good at baiting. I got to give him that. Took me 2 months to get a job, and I have 1 year experience. Lost my job, and now it's impossible to get a job now. Shit was always hard, and everyone lied because it was good content. It's not impossible to get a job. But it is hard. It is harder, for sure. I feel like as an aspiring dev, I need a LinkedIn account I can be proud of. Yeah, for sure. Again, when we're talking about like shit posting, don't do what I'm doing. Do not do what I'm doing. Please don't. I don't want you guys to repeat it. But I'm going to do it. Because fuck LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the most conformist platform there is. It does feel like that. It really does. DeepSeek is really good. I'll have to check it out. You said it's open source. I got Llama. Not on this account, but I do have Llama. Or no, is it LM Studio, not Llama? Llama's Meta's open source. I got Llama Uncensored, which is interesting. I'll have to check out DeepSeek, though. It's probably highly censored, though, isn't it? Give me an uncensored version. Also, the crypto scam. Yeah, I don't know enough about crypto to dig into it. I don't know enough about crypto rug pulls. So I don't really speak on that, but it did seem like people were pretty unhappy with that. Most likely that content creator does not give a shit about your opinion. You can, yep. Like, I'll be honest, like, when people shit on me in my comments, I just don't care. A lot of it's usually new names. I don't really get a lot. I expect more, to be honest, but usually in my comments, I rarely ban, but if you're spamming... So when I usually ban is when people will, like, they just go over the top with it, or they're treating people like shit in my comments, or they'll like start spamming. They'll go to multiple videos of mine and start spamming stupid shit and acting like a dumbass. That's usually when I ban. Outside of that, like, it's just boosting my video. It's really hard to care about that. I guess, like, it kind of affects me temporarily. Sometimes I'll get annoyed at comments, and then it just goes away. Like, I just move on. But I feel like in the beginning, when I was a content creator, I was so afraid of comments like that. And I would, like, kind of bend the knee a little bit. And now I just double down. I just find it fun. Look up YouTube video. What if LinkedIn was your social life? Well done, take. Hold up. I'm not going to pull it up here, but I'm going to... That's probably a video I would watch. If LinkedIn was your social life. Okay, I'll watch that one. Oh, wait. Please tell... I saw that! It's so good! It's so good. Do we want to watch it? Should we watch it? It's so good. No, I don't want to... Again, I'm on YouTube. I don't want to get a copyright strike. It's really good. You guys should... I'll link it in. I want to do the original author. Are they not on? Okay. I don't know. That's only like 50 subscribers or something like that. I'll post it on Twitch and YouTube. It's really good. Does Zuck still code? I don't know. I will start my career as a front-end dev once I become a mid or senior and front-end. Oh, yeah, you did post that message. I forgot about that. Mid or senior front-end, decide to move to the back-end. Will I be considered a junior? You might be. It just depends on the position. It's like I would consider myself a junior if I applied to back-end positions, but they would take my professional experience as a front-end developer into account for sure. Like, it's not like I'm starting fresh as a dev. Only time I ever use LinkedIn is if a recruiter reaches out. Otherwise, it's a cesspool of garbage. It's rough to get through LinkedIn. Yo, what's up, Dewey? How you doing, man? All right, let me catch up. Can try R1 on their chat for free. I'll probably try it tonight. If you try to say shit about CCP, it will say something in Mandarin about support. Oh, okay. Yep, that doesn't surprise me. That's why I want an uncensored version. Let's watch. Yeah, if I wasn't on YouTube, I'd watch it on Twitch. But even the visual can get copyrighted. Oh, you saw that from me? Yeah, I think I reposted it or something. Gotta head out. Glad to catch you. All right, take care, low-key, Abu. I don't know if you're still here, but thanks for stopping by, man. Liking the music. What is it today? Our typical music. This is Burn For You, the Cop 4 mix. How's the terminal learning going? It's going really well. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. I'm not going to remember all the commands for sure, but I do like that I'm just having fun with it. It's just fresh. It's something new. And we'll probably finish up the current one, the inputs and outputs today or tomorrow, and then we'll finish up the last of the terminal stuff Monday, and then we move on to the next course. Then we move on. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's really... So I probably get the most pushback on LinkedIn for shit posting, for sure. But I do get more support than I expect. But, like, that's the reason. Like, sometimes if you see me shit posting, usually it's because, like, I'll usually catch it on LinkedIn. I'll shit post on multiple different areas. But it's usually because LinkedIn is just so cringe. It's just such a... It's like people aren't even real on it. It's like an AI post. Like you guys said, it's like an AI post that you would get from ChatGPT because it would never generate anything controversial. Like, you really have to develop the right prompts and kind of convince it to develop something controversial. You have to give it the right context initially because it'll shut that down immediately when it understands your intentions. But it just feels like AI generated bullshit and garbage that sometimes might be rage bait, but a lot of times I think people are just trying to gain followers from, like, the most pompous, smug, not even smug, just like, what do I call it, like uppity virtue signaling they possibly can. And then you look at those people's feeds and they never post, like, they always post the like what people have a consensus on. It's when people have a history in their feed always posting on, like, what most people are going to agree with and what's going to make them look the best in terms of employers and corporate life. And it's so fake and unnecessary. And when you actually get to know a lot of the people, you know, when you actually get a job, when you actually get to know people outside of, like, a huge corporate company, you get to the startup life or even smaller companies, you realize, like, people are more down to earth than you think. And this, like, there's just this bubble in the corporate world. And I think maybe it's a personality type, and maybe your personality changes over time. But there's a bubble in the corporate world where I think people just turn into these people. I don't think they were born like this. I don't think they were like this before they joined this giant company. But this is why I said, like, I get why Joshua Fluke has such an aversion to the corporate life, because it's a fucking cult. It 100% is a cult. It's so weird. And LinkedIn, by and far, represents that cult. And the suggested posts that pop up into my feed, and this is what's been, like, influencing some of the previous posts, it'll never post anything controversial that's political, but if you do, like, if you give the correct political take, LinkedIn will put your post in the suggested and pop it up with a bunch of people. But you have to give the correct political take, or you have to give the correct take with a controversial topic, LinkedIn will never suggest you whatsoever. It's always just the same cringe, the politically correct cringe that gets pushed out. It feels so fake. It feels so weird. And I think people are just posting it because it gets boosted. Yeah. So I want to make LinkedIn a better place by shitposting. And if you aren't applying for a job and you aren't at risk of losing a job, you should feel free to shitpost on LinkedIn too. Let's make it a better place together. It's so fake. Dude, it is. And what frustrates me the most is like, it's really good for your career. It's very powerful for content creators, just a lot of people. But LinkedIn just has this bubble that pushes people out. And I hate when you get communities like that do that just because you don't have the consensus opinion. Like, it's very intolerant. It's not welcoming to a diversity of opinion. I'm so fucking tired of people promoting a diversity of opinion when that's not what they want. They just want the correct opinion. I'm so tired of it. Back doesn't have much for custom terminals except for like iTerm 2. I have iTerm 2. That's what we're using, Commandos. Hey, Dan. Who's Dan? I use LinkedIn to send personalized messages to product engineering leaders just for coffee chats. I don't post anything. Gotcha. It's a good way to use LinkedIn for sure. Most of my executive directors are there. I never post, though. One of my managers is very different on Facebook than LinkedIn. Is he? Yeah, you're going to get some censorship for sure. For sure, Jake. That's why, again, I want an uncensored version. I think I'm still going to try it out, though. I think it'll still be interesting. When do I know I'm ready for learning React? Is building a to-do list and Vanilla.js enough? I don't think there's like a line in the sand that's going to be exact for everyone, but what I recommend is go through the first 6 chapters of Eloquent JavaScript and read them. It's an online free book. Read those first 6 chapters. And if you are very comfortable with the material, you understand things thoroughly, and you can do the challenges in the back of each chapter with no problem, you're probably ready for React. But yeah, you should build some stuff with Vanilla.js for sure. First. That's also another thing. Ask people for coffee chats. You'd be surprised at how many are willing to say yes. I said yes to a couple coffee chats. I enjoyed them. But I don't know. I think nowadays, as a new developer, it's not going to do much. I think it's probably better to like go to meetups and go to events or participate in online events and hackathons and stuff like that to build meaningful relationships, because a lot of people are asking for those coffee chats at the entry level. And I think it's going to have less of an effect. It can't hurt you to ask. It can't hurt. I mean, LinkedIn is not all bad. It's possible to get value out of it. Yeah, 100%. But the feed is mainly... Man, we need an extension. Someone needs to build a Chrome extension to like be able to filter our feed properly. The problem is like we have to keep scrolling down for more data to load. So I don't know if it's going to be like... I don't know what LinkedIn's terms of service are with extensions, but the LinkedIn feed is... Ugh. Yeah, have a plan. I agree, Dewey. Try Ghosty? What's Ghosty? Oh, you might like it more than iTerm? Really? It's good music, isn't it? You know what my favorite song is? We'll let this play out. In this entire playlist. Where is it? Hold. Do you remember the channel Engineered Truth? Don't end up like him. Cautionary tale, a tech YouTuber. Engineered... What happened to him? Can you... that name sounds familiar, but what happened to Engineered Truth? Yeah, I have no idea. Can you expand on that? The terminal emulator I told you about, the one written in Zig, if you remember. It sounds familiar. I do think I remember. Okay, I do remember that, yeah. It was mentioned on Boot.dev. I'm not one to really expand my tools that much. That's one thing you're going to learn about me. You know what's a good emote for this? Hold on. Wait, do we not have Cat Jam? We don't have Cat Jam? I gotta... Oh, we don't. I need to add Cat Jam to... what's the extension? 7TV, I think. Oh, gotcha, Jake. I just don't get... Dude, the number of times that I trigger people by not updating my tools on stream, like, I just don't care. Yeah, it's a good emote. Frozen. Let's see. Do you have an example of time you used a front-end framework when it wasn't necessary? React. A lot of my apps didn't need it. A lot of personal projects don't need React. I can send you my iTerm settings if you're interested. I actually have gotten an interview before by just talking about my bash config and shortcuts. Maybe in time. I bet you we'll have more conversations about this, and I'll probably update my tools in time. And I'm probably going to be more open to it. Right now, I don't care. And I don't want to update. I'm not someone to update just because people tell me to update or like try a different tool out. I don't care about that. So it might be several months before I consider something like that. He was one of the first tech YouTubers, to my knowledge, to similar content to you. He ended up selling super scammy courses and gives terrible advice. It's pretty cringe. You should react to them. I don't react to videos because of the broken copyright system on YouTube. That's why I just react to articles. But why are you even telling me to, like, don't end up like him? Like, what's the point in saying that? Is anything that I'm doing feel scammy to you? Like, I am going to eventually push out the course with the career services. Is that what you would consider a scam? It is fair use, but I still, like, if I want to hide my address, I want to hide my identity so that doesn't get leaked. I still want an attorney, because eventually it'll end up where you got to send a legal restoration notice if they send a legal DMCA takedown notice to enforce the copyright strike. And that costs money to get an attorney to do that. I could do that myself, but YouTube has been known to reject those if you don't do it correctly. And I don't know how to do those correctly. So I would probably get an attorney to reach out and send that official notice. And it's just money that I have to spend. And that copyright strike can eventually get removed. It is, like, I can make it fair use for sure. But the whole process of doing that is not worth it because I get different services suspended for like a week, and YouTube kind of has its like progressive punishments it gives if you receive copyright strikes. Jake, no worries, I'm persistent. Don't be too persistent. It gets annoying. I don't think you've been too persistent yet, but too persistent is annoying. Because if I'm not going to change something, I'm not going to change it for a while. I'm just joking. Okay, cool. Like I said, you haven't been... I just didn't know what exactly you meant by, like, persistent. Because I have people that, like, will sometimes come in, like, every live stream. Like, why are you still using JavaScript? It's like, just Just shut up. Just stop. Are there a ton of reaction channels? There are a lot of smaller content creators. There have been content creators that have shit on me. They're just trying to grow through reaction content. I don't think it lasts. I think you attract a very toxic audience. You have to feed. Hold on. Whatever monster you create of an audience, you have to feed. And that monster will turn against you eventually. I could grow significantly by calling a lot of bigger content creators out. In fact, there are a couple that I have in mind that I think are like just I think are completely obnoxious and deserve to be called out. But when you go down that direction, I feel like you gain an audience, you got to feed that audience. You get a bunch of drama frogs, and I don't think it's sustainable. I think content creators underestimate the mental health effects of being a content creator and being in front of a lot of people. I don't think it's worth it. I don't have this urge. Sometimes I have an urge like to call certain people out, but it's like, I don't know. I just think through it and get through that emotion. It's not like I haven't called people out. I very rarely do it. I'm just like, I'm just being emotional. I'll get over it. Get over it, done. Let's be constructive. Let's build something. But I do like calling out like things that I feel like have a cult-like mentality, which is why I call out a lot of like weird advice in the tech world, weird cultures in the tech world. There was a lot of reaction to pirate software. Yep. Yeah, I followed that entire thing. Here's my conclusion to it. He did not deserve the extremes of it, but he did deserve the breadth of it. I watched hours of that before I spoke on that. I don't think he's a good person at all, like he claims. I don't think he's a good person at all. I've thoroughly watched a lot of how he's treated people in the past. But a lot of clips surface with that. That's who one person I'm thinking of. Like, I should have just created a video to kind of explain to developers all the shit, because I've been following him for a while. But I don't know. I don't think I want my channel to go in that direction. I don't think it was out of proportion at all. 100% it wasn't. The dude is like, he treats people like shit. Like, he actually treats people like shit. Prime is getting shit for the interview he will have with Lex, so you are right. They can turn against you for just having a conversation. Yes, Prime has a very unhinged audience. That's probably hard to maintain. I hope his mental health is doing well. Well, I don't know why are so many people like upset with Lex? Like, Lex is a very Lex is very grounded, and I think he really tries to hear both sides out. You might not agree with his politics or whatever, but like, I feel like he's a very level-headed person. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind for the settings, Dewey. I appreciate that. Sir Sal Sus, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, but I would argue, and like, this is kind of just a lesson that I'm learning too. Pirate software, I should take that back. I should take that back. I think he treats people like shit. I don't think he's a bad person. But I have never seen a content creator dig their own grave. And I'm speaking figuratively. Again, the death threats are just stupid. Those are death threat Andes. They're just fucking... No one likes them. No one agrees with that. But like, I've never seen someone dig their own grave so deep with smugness and arrogance in the way that they treat people and the way that they handle those situations. That started with a very small video game incident, and he is literally the reason that escalated. And that should be a lesson for all content creators. Like, honestly, like, if you're going to gaslight your audience, you're going to misrepresent things, like, you're going to trigger a lot of people when you're that large. I think it's a good lesson for all content creators. So yeah, I did want to change it. I don't think he's a bad person, but I have never met another smug, arrogant I've never met another content creator, or I've never even followed another content creator that was that smug and arrogant. And I think that kind of mentality, when you like put yourself on such a high pedestal, is going to be extremely off-putting. But I have to say this in like a stance with Pirate Software. He got double whammied by going on Asmongold's stream, and that sucked. I do think he deserved, like, he had you get these like fucking rats who like are hate watchers, and he had a lot of hate watchers. He's a big content creator, of course, that like come out and they scurry out as soon as that drama unfolds, and as soon as that content creator that they hate finally gets called out on some shit, and they dogpile. I think there are plenty of rats who were very disingenuous about Pirate Software that no one likes. No one likes those people. I do think he caused his own controversy to escalate, but I do think, again, it doesn't mean there weren't disingenuous, like, pieces of shit people that came out of the woodworks to like attack him. There were a lot of shitty people like that, for sure. Lex makes too much sense. You know, that's not allowed these days. I think one thing I love about Lex is that he does genuinely try to empathize with even a perspective that isn't his own. I like people that do that. Whether you agree with them or not, I don't. I think almost anyone can be platformed. I don't agree with people that like get mad because they platform someone who you think is like a horrible person or whatever. I think all that does is tell the world that you have main character syndrome, and that you are so arrogant, you put yourself on a pedestal to like be the most virtuous person and be able to declare who's bad and who's good. Like, I'm telling you, you're only going to attract an audience that will attack you and kick that pedestal right out from underneath you as soon as you no longer are saying the things that they agree with. When you start attracting people that are, you know, and you do it through putting others down and grandstanding and dunking on people all the time, man, I'm telling you, that audience will eat you alive as soon as you change your stance. And people change. People's opinions change, but your opinion isn't allowed to change when you attract a bunch of people who have very, very strong opinions. Did something happen with Pirate Software? Yeah, you can look it up. I don't have a good video. That's why I was going to create a video to explain it for developers, because they're kind of just like seeing clips of it. They're like, oh, people got mad in a video game. They took it way too far. It's like, no, that's not the situation. That's how it started. But there are probably like reasonable people talking about it. As for Lex, as a poll, I don't enjoy some of his takes on war. Okay, but I really can separate politics from conversation about software engineering. And that's the thing. It's like, you don't have to agree with him on his politics, but he has a lot of like thoughtful conversations with really cool people. He's going to have one with Primogen. I'm going to watch that one. I'm definitely going to watch it. People on his socials are really encouraging him to not do it as Lex. So I've heard that he has a lot of Antifa types in his audience. Is that true? I had someone that like I know pretty well tell me that. Is that true? Are those the types like shitting on him? He's a true scientist. He is. Yeah, I love that guy. He admits when he's wrong. That's a W in my book. He's very modest. He's very humble. Dude, I like him too for that. It's his personality. And like, it really is his personality that I think is very likable. I think the only reason people don't like him is because he'll have certain people on, or he'll give a take that they don't agree with. And I think sometimes people get too emotional over certain topics, and they hate people that just have the opposing opinion to them. On Reddit, where Lex asks for questions for Prime, comments are effed up. I'm sure. Ugh. I didn't see all the comments that he was getting. Oh wait, sorry. Are people like against Lex bringing on Prime, or are people against Prime talking with Lex? Like, who are people against? I think you're talking about Lex, though. Like Prime and TJ, they are fun to watch and are actually really skilled. I don't watch. I think I've watched one stream with TJ. I suspect TJ is a really good developer. I haven't really watched him enough, though. Prime is avoiding politics in general, but he has a large audience, so there are a lot of different people. Against Prime talking with Lex, that's unfortunate. People can have conversations. People need to get over it. Jaden Daniels is the main character. Yeah, all I know is that he killed someone in a video game. Yeah, that's how it started. Like, I'm telling you, dude, I learned so much from the way content creators either handle a situation greatly or poorly. And that literally could have been such a... If Pirate Software didn't have the ego that he did, that literally could have been so funny. It could have been such a good meme. I don't know how you take such a good meme moment and just turn it into what you did. I've never seen someone destroy their reputation like that. Like, that is crazy in that amount of delusion. But he basically propped himself up as this dude has been playing WoW for 20 years. And this is funny. I'm telling you, like, what it could have been. Propped himself up for 20 years, and his dad worked at Blizzard, and his dad was the South Park guy in the World of Warcraft episode on South Park, and he propped himself up on this pedestal over and over and over and over and like basically he as this authority in World of Warcraft and Blizzard, and he just like, you know, if you want to know about the Blizzard lore and all that, you come to him. He is the king of this. And then you would see clips of him like talking about like, yeah, that mage, I can't believe that mage didn't even use Blink. And there's some like shittier clips. I'm not going to go over that because again, he did treat a lot of people like shit. But like he would just kind of dunk on mages who were bad and wouldn't help the group and would just ditch the group. And then the first sign of danger, like he used all of his spells to hightail out of there and he ran like a little bitch. It was such a good memeable moment where this mage who has just been like propped himself up as this like super great mage, knowledgeable about World of Warcraft, there for the team, there to fight those fights. And he just hauled ass out of there like the Roadrunner. It was comedy. I have never seen a bigger roach than him in that instance. And what he could have done was just turn that moment into a really memeable, funny moment, but his ego didn't let him. It was so good though. It was such a good memeable moment. And then eventually content creators, because the way he worded things, content creators were afraid they were going to get banned on Twitch, lose their livelihoods, and he didn't give a shit about how he worded it. He just basically threatened a bunch of content creators. And it's like, then he soured the whole thing and just made everyone scared of him. It's like, then they felt uncomfortable about him and kicked him, which I understand. The way he worded things sucked, but he never took accountability for the way he worded things. It was just travesty after travesty. I've never seen someone fuck up the situation so badly. And after the 12th time that you see it, it's just like, how do you do this? This was such a funny moment. This was so funny. This would have gained you so much more traffic. Like people would have loved you in the guild. They would have dunked a little bit, but like it would have been so funny and a wholesome moment if you would have just had a little bit of less ego. Man, it was such a missed opportunity. But you guys can like watch clips and you can dive into it. There are people that'll talk about it for hours, and you'll get World of Warcraft players that explain it. You'll get other people from different games that kind of explain their interactions with them and stuff like that. It goes deep. The rabbit hole is deep with that. But that's essentially my summary. But man, dude, that would have been such a funny moment. I'm a fan of OnlyFans. I like World of Warcraft. I'll kind of watch like what's going on. And like everyone was having fun. Everyone was having a good time. And like Tyler 1 became the war chief. And the way Pirates saw, he just like, you get that one person where they enter the room and there's just like this cloud to storm over them. and they just sucked the entire oxygen out of the room. That was pirate software. And he kind of just like made he just made everyone uncomfortable. It was just weird. It's a weird way to handle yourself. Well, crap, I got paged. I'll be back later. If you're still live, have a good one, fam. All right, take care, Dewey. Thanks for joining us. Never played WoW, so I just had no idea what he did wrong. Yeah, understandably. A lot of you aren't going to have an idea. You know me, when have I ever, like, kind of just, like, spoke my mind and, like, essentially had a really bad, negative thought about someone? I don't think I've ever done that in my streams in the 7 years that I've been doing this, or 8 years or whatever. Maybe 9 years now. I rarely talk about this stuff, but there was just something about him. All right. Any other questions? Any other web dev questions? Because I know we were just kind of bullshitting. What's up, YZK? How you doing? I thought they took on too many bosses, low chance of success. No, not as a mage. No. So they took on a boss in 2 packs, and essentially, like, he was using a high rank spell. Like, if you're a basic mage, I'm not even talking about a good mage. If you are like just common sense mage and you've got to level 60, you use rank 1 spells to slow things down. As a mage, you are the one to rescue the team, and it's very easy. His argument was that he couldn't Nova the boss, but the boss wasn't the issue. What he should have done was Nova the ads, essentially, because those ads chunked the team, especially the Druid, I think. But they chunked the team down and slowly brought him down. Like, just healing the boss is easy as hell. And all he has to do is a simple Frost Nova, then rank 1 Blizzard, that mage is extremely safe. The fact is, he is just horrible at the game. So it's not like the initial pull wasn't bad, but with hardcore, you can't just ditch your team just because of a bad pull. You're always going to get a bad pull, and you need to, like, handle it with your team rather than just say, fuck you guys, I'm out. Now, if it's a pug and you don't know the people, that's different. But that was a content guild. He was with other guildies who have invested so many hours, some of whom are going to lose a lot of revenue by him letting them die. And it's like, you want to try to support your team as much as you possibly can, and mage is the best class to do it. It's like, and if he would have just literally came out saying, like, you know what? I had bad vibes about you. I didn't trust that I was going to live. I got scared and I ran, and he doubled down on that. That would have been way different than what he did. But no, he's just a horrible gamer. He sucks at video games. And he just, like, for some reason, he just, like, has too big of an ego to even admit that. Like, we got to start with that. He just sucks at World of Warcraft. He's terrible at it. That's okay. It's a video game, right? But he just takes himself too seriously. But yeah, there were a lot of opportunities to really rescue the group. Like, he had a ton of mana. Even after he used a high rank Blizzard, he still had a ton of mana. He had a mana gem. He had a chest that would have brought on a little mana. And dude, he could have, like, the entire way out as the group came out, he could have just kept doing rank 1 Blizzard. It's like, there were other spells that he could have used, but no, he's just really bad at the game. It's okay. If you're bad at the game, just admit it. It's not a big deal. This song was called... Hold on, where is it? Snow Market Instrumental. I'm going to take off. Thanks for the stream. Good chat. All right, take care, Jessa. I thought one of them shouted a run. I don't play WoW, but that's what I heard. Yeah, so just... I mean, like, if you are literally brand new to the game and you hear run, you might think you just need a run, but, like, he's been playing World of Warcraft for a long time. He has knowledge of the game. He played hardcore. Run does not mean run. Run means you guys need to exit, and you help each other exit. He was well aware that the team didn't use Petries, because sometimes people Petri out and you'll hear Petri, and then essentially you leave the group, then you Petri. You want to do that in that order. But Petri out is more of run than run actually is. And the thing is, like, it's not that he just thought to run. It's that he knew run didn't mean run, but I think he was just sore of the group. He acted like a man-child and just used that as an excuse. That's all it was. Like, he knows exactly what run means. He has played the game long enough. He's just being dishonest. And that's what put so many people off. He's just disingenuous and dishonest. And the WoW community called him out entirely for what his behavior was. You can see, you can like learn a lot about how people play team games with their friends. And he was essentially playing with friends. He was playing with a guild. Like, if you're playing with your guild you're going to run with, it's kind of like a big team that you're eventually going to raid with. The way you treat your guildies says a lot about you, right? Especially as a content creator guild. It's not even a pug. It's not even some random guild you randomly join on the server. These are real people working with you as content creators that you are like, their hours are just thrown out the window and you want to like be a dick about it. Like, no empathy. That's rough. That's rough. Yeah, no problem, Anonymous. That is not as big of a deal than I thought it was. LOL, no offense. I thought it was going to be juicier scandal. What isn't? It goes deeper. We're just talking about the start of it. Yeah, Kadao, it goes way deeper than that. We're just talking about the, what would you call it? Like the, the pivotal point, the I can't think of the terminology. That's just the start of it. We're literally just talking about the start of it. It's not just roaching out. No, you guys, I feel like I explained this correctly. That was the start of it. Did I not say that? Yeah, I'm talking about the actual like starting point of like that whole drama where he could have no, it's way bigger than that. No. Are you guys being disingenuous? It's not just it's not even just a lack of accountability on that moment. No. A lot of clips surfaced of him treating people like shit. And then he had cheating allegations, some of which I think were true, some of which I think were false. But the way he would just treat people, he just has this it's kind of just a pattern of behavior that people picked up after a bunch of clips surfaced, and then how he would gaslight the community and just like the way he'd treat people afterwards. It wasn't the original. Oh, yeah, no. I want to be very clear. I was just explaining the WoW thing because someone asked it, but that WoW thing could have been a super funny meme. What he did in World of Warcraft in that instance is not a big deal at all. And literally, if he literally could have just said, you know what? Fuck you guys. I don't trust you. I'm out. Like, if he would have just done something like that, that would have been fine. No, he turned it into something entirely different that went on, spanned days, and a bunch leaked about him. And yeah, that's why it became so large. I think a lot of people don't realize how much unsurfaced after that. They didn't keep up with all the tweets. And I'm a huge World of Warcraft nerd. I've been following OnlyFings for a long time. I've been following it in January because I can't play video games. I can't play games on my own because I made a commitment to myself to like not play games until February, just to kind of do a bit of a dopamine detox. But yeah, that's just a starting point. That's it. But I agree with you. Like, that instance, like, that's not a big deal. That's just funny. That could have been such a good memeable clip. It was so funny. Tip of the iceberg. That's not what I was thinking, but yeah, I guess that's probably a better... Catalyst is what yes, Trent, thank you. Catalyst. It was the catalyst. But it's not... A catalyst kind of implies that like something has been building up. I think. YZK, thanks for the follow on Twitch. I think that's what it implies. But no, stuff hasn't been building up with Pirate Software until that. It just started there and then it built up. I'm adding the database to the app I've been making just because I didn't know exactly what kind of data I needed to store before the UI was finished. Does that on his face sound like a foot? What's a foot gun, Trent? Shooting yourself in the foot? Is that what you're saying? Have you tried Marvel Rivals yet? I have not. I've heard some good things about it, though. Have you tried it? I stopped watching them because I swear his YouTube streams are pre-recorded. You think so? Really? I mean, I don't know. It could be Trent. Is it a big deal for you to switch databases? I mean, a lot of it's about the layer that's going to interact with the database, you know? What's the best way for a beginner to, with basic level? So I would argue, like, you can make a lot of standard databases work for most apps, so it kind of just depends. But what's the best way for a beginner, basic level, front end to get into back end? Go through Boot.dev. I don't think it's the best way, but it is a way. I stopped watching him a long time ago when he stopped doing game dev. I think I followed him when he was doing game dev. I didn't care for his game streams. I think I was watching him a little bit for game dev. You know what I liked about Pirate Software is his clips, his shorts for advice towards content creators, which actually ended up being horrible advice. But at the time, I thought it was good advice, so I ended up following his Twitch streams and stuff like that. But his advice with the shorts to not push it out to your subscribers, I think was like very exclusive to him. His growth was very abnormal. He grew significantly very fast. And to give credit, like, to be charitable towards him too, I think he grew too fast and didn't manage his ego. And I think that can happen to anyone. That can happen to me easily, very easily. Like if I just grew to 1,000 concurrent viewers the next day, like I could see my ego growing a bit too much, right? I could. Maybe I do one video where I kind of take off and like I get a bunch of followers and I could feel maybe a little bit narcissistic of like, yeah, people really want to listen to me. And like, and I think it's important for us content creators to check ourselves on it. But I think that's what happened. But like with his shorts, he grew significantly. It was crazy the amount he grew. Yeah, I've been loving Rivals, and I never really got into Overwatch. There's something about it. Okay. I like Overwatch. I don't really like the ranked. I'm at a lower rank, and I think people just want to blame each other at that lower rank. Or they don't hop into voice whatsoever. I think for like team games like that, I think I would start enjoying them more if it was like I don't know, people were just like cool to talk with. They didn't like blame right away. They were just like very helpful for getting into the game. I like games that have like communities around that. I think Overwatch has gotten a little bit toxic, at least for the ranked with the lower ranks. I don't know though. I could be off with that. All right, we've been live for a while. But I do want to stress, like, if you like Pirate Software, you know, keep watching them. Whatever, dude. You are welcome to form any sort of opinion, but I think there are a lot of people that just don't know the situation. And feel free to check it out yourself before you condemn him. Like, don't listen to me and like just condemn him. Like, don't put me on that pedestal. Like, just look into it yourself for a few hours if you really want to know, like, what's been going on, and kind of make your own decision with it. But that's for any content creator in general. All right, that's all I have to say. Cool. Good stream. Good talking to you guys. We'll continue on Friday, tomorrow. We'll probably finish this up with Boot.dev. And we'll come back on Monday and we'll finish up the Unix course. And then we are going to dive into, what is the next course? It's, hold on, let me look. Dude, I'm losing my voice. I gotta rest up today. We are going to be diving into learn Git. That's right. And then we're going to be building a book bot with Python. And then we're diving into more Python stuff for a while. Damn. We got a lot of Python to do. Holy crap. That's going to be like Python for the next 4 months. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, good chat. All right, good conversation, guys. I'm going to head out. You guys have a good rest of your night. Good luck on all of your projects. Happy coding. And I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, take care.